couldn't deny her or her parents' visitation. But she no longer expected him to greet her with an easy smile or a casual laugh. His reputation labeled him as a formidable attorney with a quick temper, which he'd probably turn her way given half a chance. "Tough morning?" Chelsie recognized that deep voice. Apparently, the endless day wasn't over yet. "More than you can imagine," she said as she lifted her gaze. Hazel eyes blazed with unspoken anger, and his blatant disgust charged the air around him. She remembered a time when those eyes had gazed upon her with friendly warmth. Looking at him now, aloof, distant, and treating her with disdain, she regretted the change. But she met the challenge without blinking. She understood Griffin's contempt and wouldn't begrudge him his pain. She'd lost a sister. He'd barely gotten over the shock of losing his brother when she'd served him with custody papers. She'd nearly cost him his niece, the only family he had left, and Chelsie knew that pain firsthand. She was intimately familiar with losing someone precious. "Don't tell me. It's always difficult to lose a case," he said with undisguised hostility. She shook her head. "Not this time. Really. Really. I owe you an apology. Save the I'm sorries for someone who cares. You did your job and you lost. Just be thankful you did, or who knows what kind of life my niece would have had. She's my niece too. A lot of good that almost did her." She winced because he was right. Because her parents had lost their daughter, Chelsie had succumbed to her mother's tears and her father's pleas, believing the couple would put their granddaughter first, before their active social life and status in the community. An orphaned little girl deserved more stability than one parent or guardian could offer. Chelsie had foregone fighting for custody herself because her single-parent home wasn't the best choice for her niece, nor was Griffin's. At least her parents could afford to care for the little girl, and Chelsie had planned on her own influence to compensate for her parents' shortcomings. Lying, cheating, and attempted bribery. They'd gone overboard this time. She shivered in disgust. Given the choice between the carefree bachelor and her materialistic parents, she'd gambled on hope and her parents. And lost. She shifted her attention back to the man to whom she owed more than an apology. "You have every right to be angry, but I'm glad you won." Chelsie placed a hand on his arm. Searing heat and an unexpected jolt of awareness penetrated her fingertips. Warmth suffused her, awakening long, dormant feelings. She shook her head, amazed a mere touch could ignite a flame so strong it threatened to consume her. Though she forced her hand to remain on his muscled forearm, his heated strength settled inside her and shattered what little composure remained. "I'm sure you'll make a great father," she said, her words sounding hoarse to her ears. Uncle. She had a father. She knew that without his curt reminder. Though she and her sister had drifted apart over the years, Chelsie still felt the loss. Griffin and his brother had been each other's only family. She couldn't begin to imagine his pain. The last few weeks had shown her that he and Alex were as close as parent and child. He'd obviously spent more time with the little girl than Chelsie ever had. At one time, she believed she'd had good reason to back away. She couldn't be that selfish again. Without warning, he jerked his arm back as if her touch repelled him. She curled her empty fingers into a fist. Obviously, she'd been the only one to feel a powerful connection. She wouldn't allow him to know he'd shaken her. "Look, I'm sure raising a child won't be easy," she began. "I can handle it." He folded his arms across his chest. Her eyes followed the movement. He'd removed his suit jacket earlier. His tie hung loose around his neck, and the first